Hey, what's going on, guys? Give me just a minute. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing going up here. So if you can hear me, just hang on just a second. I'm trying to get I was going to try to go from my mobile phone, but that didn't work out. So let me get this figured out. Okay. Can you guys can you guys see me now and hear everything? Okay. Steve says we can hear you. So good. I'm gonna try to watch the chat up here. Okay. Scooter says, "Yep, I see you and hear you. We can see you. Okay. Good deal. Okay. Big echo. All right. Okay, Gary, I changed the mic. Can you hear me now? Nice try. Echo from the shop. Okay, I changed the mic. Did that change anything? Let me do this. I know what it is. The echo is coming from my cell phone. So hang on just 1 second. All right, I'm looking. Okay, Gary says I think it was me. Sounds good. Sounds good. No echo. Okay, so no echo. All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Nothing from the phone. All right. Thanks, JD. Louder with the different mic too. All right. We're gonna get it set up. Hang on a second. Just reverb from the room. Okay, some of you guys said that mic sounds better. So we'll let a few of the comments come through just so I can see how this sounds, and then we'll just leave it alone. What's up, Fred? I do hear the echo in here. I'm not sure. I just won't talk as loud. So hopefully you can hear me through the mic. I'm just talking this loud. So all good, man. All right. So I just wanted to hop on here and do some Q&A, and then we'll jump into a little bit of just giving something away. So I've got several options. I think tonight I want to, like I said, just do some very slight echo. Okay, let's just do some Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, throw them out. I'd love to do a Q&A. Anything from why I do the shop organization to business to me going full time, whatever that looks like. I'd love to answer any questions out there. I get several emails a week, more than just a several, but asking about going full time and doing this as my job and all this stuff. So I would love to cover some of that stuff if you'd like to. I know most of you are probably here for the little giveaway. So I'd love to just chit chat first. Appreciate it, JD. What's up, Austin? Yeah, so teaching the kids is pretty awesome. I like that. When I first went full time, uh, I had a lot of homeschool kids come in, and that was really, really fun. So, it took up a lot of my time though. So going into the video YouTube type direction, that really molded the business model for me. So I'm looking here. If I look over here, this is the chat. So if I see a question, I'm going to answer it, and I'll probably look at, so I can concentrate, and then I'll look back over here. So I saw somebody ask, "Do I have any regrets?" I have no regrets at all going full time. I worked at the same place for like 19 years, and it just that was one of the harder things for me, is just to leave where I worked for so long and then going into this. So as far as regrets, no, that was my biggest question when I left my full time job of what I used to do. I don't want there to be any regrets. Is the new shop layout better than it was? Yes. So the new shop is now the way it stands. And the reason I was trying to get the live stream on my phone was so I could move the phone around and show you the shop, but I couldn't get it to work on my cell phone. So I'll have to move the computer around if I do something. But I think that what I've got going on now is really good. Most of you that watch my stuff know that now I've got this empty spot in the middle of my shop area. So that over here is the modular shop storage system. All of this over here is open now, and my laptop is sitting on my table saw. So it is and it's in a better place. I can utilize the entire table saw. My outfeed table's in a good spot. So I've got this area here that's going to be a workbench. So I don't know when I'll get to it, but as far as filling this void over here, I'm going to do a workbench. It's going to have some drawers and stuff in there. Why horizontal lumber storage when the trend's going vertical like lumber yards? I just need to get up out of the way. I can't have a lot of stuff laying around. I don't have a lot of vertical wall space. I got to have places to hang things. So if I had a lot of vertical lumber through here, I wouldn't have a place for the planer, the joiner, all of that. So I needed to get my lumber up off the ground and as high as I could get it, even if I have to use a ladder to get it down. That's what I needed to do. So I had my dad's first hammer, my first hammer mounted in my shop, just like yours. I love the idea. Yeah, man. So I got the Austin, I think. I didn't catch your name. I think it was Austin. But he said he had his dad's hammer hanging, or his granddad. I'm sorry, I was trying to read as fast as I could, but had his hammer hanging up here on the wall. And that's kind of cool. I got my first hammer hanging up here. It's just a reminder of, where you come from. And what's really cool, if you guys didn't catch that story, is I got a piece of wood or a piece of lumber that they tore the hardware store down, and a piece of lumber that came out of that hardware store is what the hammer's hanging on. So it's pretty cool. Peter, how's the kids bench coming? It's not. I haven't started it yet. I'm throwing around some ideas of what I want to do, how I want to design it. I want to maybe have my main workbench and then have a kids workbench nested up in the into my workbench. I know I've got 3 kids, but I can't have my workbench and 3 other workbenches in the same shop. I just don't have the room for 3 little workbenches. But so the idea is to have a one workbench and somehow nest it or put it over to the side somewhere, and hopefully just pass it down to the oldest, and then go from there. So that's the plan anyway. But I'm looking forward to the workbench because I can have all of my tools over here, my hand tools and everything, and get them out of the way. So always think that's the bottom of the new patch on the word vest. Yeah, appreciate that. So the guy that sent me all these patches, man, is just really cool. So I'm excited about wearing that. Current job, let's see. That's a great idea. Trying to figure something out. Is your shop heater cooled? Is my shop heated or cooled? I've got a mini split over here on the wall, and it's it cools really well in the summer, but the heat doesn't want to keep up. So I've got to supplement the heat. Uh, that's just part of the process. But I have noticed since I haven't shown you guys this yet, but since I put this little air cleaner up right here, and I've got the little mini split going, and the mini split's blowing this way, and the air cleaner is blowing this way, so it's kind of throwing the heat around. And man, it makes a big difference with the heat in the shop. That little air cleaner is throwing the heat around, so that's really really cool. Hey, what's up, man? So Robert, what's up? Um, yeah, so I was surprised about how well the air cleaner just heated up the shop. It's helped out a whole lot. Yeah. So one of the questions I see, I specialize in borrowing for household stuff. Oh, cool. A barn wood push stick. That is awesome, man. I appreciate that. Um, yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey guys, if I didn't ask for that patch. I know Peter just said he'd send me a US Marine Corps patch. I didn't ask for it. He just kind of reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you wear it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll wear it." So I don't know how much room I would have. I don't know. I've got a place up here on my cabinet where I've got all my stickers, that I've got some Velcro up here where I put all of those patches. So that might be something new that we can start. If anybody's got a patch or something they want to send, I'll throw it up here on the cabinet, and it might be kind of cool to kind of swap those things out. So yeah, let me see if I can catch back up with the other the other chat. I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat on this one. So give me just a second, and we'll see if I can check out. Gonna get you done. Yeah, got you one. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it, man. Oh man, thanks, Joel. Patch wall sounds cool. Yeah, I mean, okay. If you guys want to do that, we can try it and see. I'm down for it. Maybe that's something else that can take off. Who knows? All right, so I'm gonna try to. I know I lost volume there for a second. I was trying to get the other screen up. I saw all the comments you guys saying that you were going to send patches. That's cool. Um, wow. I mean, that's really awesome. So let me see if I can. Yeah. All right. I've got two windows up now. I can keep up with the comments a little bit better. So cool. All right. Yeah. So the patches may be something cool. He sent me some U.S. Army, and I've got a couple of patches. I'm not sure what they are. I need to get up with him and see what some of these mean, because I'm not real. I'm not a military guy. I wasn't in the military or anything. I've got some family members that were, but I don't know. And actually, all of my in-laws are not all of them. One of my sister and her husband, my wife's sister and her husband both are in the Air Force. And I've got a friend that's in the Air Force, or was, and now he's, I guess you could say, retired. But so yeah. Let's see. I missed one. Go back here real quick. Let's see. Rich Ryan says, "I'm not sure if you have answered this or not, but after long use of your Atlas apron, do you find it bulky?" No, I don't find it bulky. Now I'll tell you the reason why is because I went with the mesh. And if you don't know what the mesh is, let me show you. So the mesh is, as you can see, it's see-through, and so that is really bendy. Now the only thing that might be bulky is the pockets on this thing, but I don't find it bulky at all for me. This is like right at my waist, and so I find it really comfortable. Now, if I bend over, if I don't have these tightened up a good bit, it might bulk up on me, and kind of get in the way. But if you've got these straps tight, it's good. I'm really enjoying this. Now, I didn't wear an apron before, so I can't compare it to anything else. But as far as being a good, I mean, it's just really, really handy for me. So I hope that answers your question. Dave says you got more room in the middle now, so it's time to get a bigger table saw. You may be on to something, Dave. You may be on to something. So it's, let's see, let me back up just a second here. What's up, Jim? Glad you could join us, man. I saw a question I was gonna get to. Retro Well, what's up, Douglas? I like you doing this. Nice when you and King James. Oh, okay. Oh, I want to go. Yeah, it was Austin. He said he's gonna send a bar. He's into barnwood furniture, household stuff. He's gonna be sending you a barnwood push stick for your double saw and a sticker. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. I want to make sure I got your name right, Austin. Austin Sensing. I guess. Hope I'm pronounced that right. I know I'm not. So Karen Tyree, hi, Sean. I could use some advice on drill bits. What kind of questions you got for drill bits? There's several different types of drill bits. Forstner bits, spade bits. What kind of question you got on that? Shop is almost done. I actually worked in tonight. I almost spent over at molding holder. Sterling, I am not going to Atlanta. This is probably going to be the first one that I missed, but I just got back from Atlanta just a few weeks ago from Workbench Con, and so getting back to Atlanta for the woodworking shows is going to be kind of hard for me. So I wished I could because I love seeing you guys. And Sterling, I know you like to have fun over there, so I might be better off staying here to stay out of trouble. Dean Moore asked, did I get any more colored epoxy, or did I find any colored epoxy? No, I did not. I haven't really looked. I read a lot of the comments that were talking about, I can tint it and all that, just regular epoxy will work and that kind of stuff. So I'm not real sure what I'm going to do yet. We'll see how that turns out. Jim Docker says, got a favorite brand in table saw blades? I like to use the Diablo. It seems to work best for me, but it would probably be a lot better if I would clean my blades. It seems like when they get dull, I just go buy a new one, but I've got several sitting here ready to be cleaned. I just don't find the time to do it. So Robert says, I love the Sean and Jay bromance. You have a joint project. You guys are planned again. I appreciate that. So I don't know if Jay and I don't know what our next project's going to be. For whatever, I don't know what, we haven't talked about anything else since the vanity. And I take full responsibility on the vanity. I've got a lot of the lumber right up here on this rack. And so I don't know what I'll do with that yet. Derek Jones says, what does help you and Jay Bates have to slow down on making things? Missed the course. There it is. Keep up the good work for all you're doing. And that was one thing I wanted to mention here is that I've been doing a lot of shop organization projects, and I feel like I'm just letting you guys down because I don't have any projects going on, but I'm fixing to get into that. I wanted to get this shop. I knew I had to just bite the bullet and just do it and just put out some organization shop, rearrangement videos. Not really making anything, but it's just one of those things that I had to do. So hopefully I'll get in more into that. So Karen says Forstner bits. So Forstner bits, I don't have any right here in front of me, but usually the Forstner bit will be a round bit, and it's got probably a brad point in the middle. Just kind of helps you keep it. It's different than a hole saw. So a hole saw is a round cutter bit, basically, but it doesn't have a point or a brad point in the middle, so it may wander on you. With a Forstner bit, you can get pretty accurate and just drill holes halfway through, where a hole saw will leave the middle. A Forstner bit digs out the entire the entire bit size that you're using. But Forstner bits are great for hogging out mortises, dowel joinery, anything that you need to take out a lot of meat at one time or a lot of wood at one time. Forstner bit is pretty good for that. And I use them in drill presses and handheld drills and that kind of thing. So if you're a woodworker and you have a shop, you definitely need a set of Forstner bits, in my opinion. They come in handy. So how do I clean my table saw blades? I use the pitch remover from Rockler. I just throw it in that little round container they have. It's the easiest setup that I've seen. I've tried to go on Amazon and just try to find some different containers that I could use, but that little thing that Rockler sells is really, really easy. I mean, it's just big enough for a 12-inch blade, all the way down to the smallest one. And then you just pour into that pitch. I think you add the pitch remover in the water or whatever. So it's really, really easy. So give someone, yeah. Somebody said, and I didn't know this, but somebody said hand sanitizer works. Jim says hand sanitizer works excellent for cleaning the saw blades. Did not know that. He's got a video on that, so check that out. I need to check that out myself. So Floyd is a new woodworker. Love the channel. You, Jay, Amy, Mark, and others have helped a lot. Thank you. Oh man, I don't know if I could accept being in that crowd. I'm not that skilled or whatever. All right, so let's see. What was another one? All right, so JD says, post pics of your epoxy on the sign. I'm always looking for the new ideas. People have been nonstop wanting those. I've made about 30. I've made 30 teams. Oh, okay. I'll show it to you, JD. JD sent me this sign, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm a Mississippi State fan. I live close to Starkville, and so JD made this. It's pretty cool. I think he hand routed everything, so that was pretty nice. And the grain on this thing is just awesome. So I want to fill this with epoxy, and so I may try to do this on a live stream, one day during the day, and try to. I don't want to hide the grain. I want to be able to see through it. And I thought maybe just a light tinted maroon, since Mississippi State's color is maroon, that might be okay. But it may turn out pink if I go really light with it. So not real sure. But yeah, that's the epoxy project that I've been talking about. So appreciate it, JD. Yeah, talk about shop videos. I appreciate it, Robert. Thanks a lot, man. It means a lot. What's the biggest thing you learned during your shop reorganization? James asked. Good question. Glad you brought that up. So the main thing that I learned with shop organization is that I have, or the rearrangement, there's a lot of different areas in my shop or any shop that have really good storage areas, things that you can utilize that are not being utilized. So I guarantee you, if you look in your shop, with a few exceptions of some of you guys, but there's going to be some voids somewhere in the shop that you're not using, that's dead space. Use those things for storage, and arrange your tools to where, like I had my table saw and my outfeed table in the middle of my shop. Well, I was able to walk around the entire, perimeter of my table saw and outfeed table, but with a small shop like I've got, that takes up a lot of room. So since I've spun this thing around, and I know Jay helped me out a lot on this, but since I spun this thing around, I can still get on 3 sides of my outfeed table. Obviously, I can't get to the side where my table saw is, but I can still walk all the way around it, but it's closer to the wall. And now I've freed up all of this space in the middle. Now I can put another workbench here in the middle. Put my tools on the perimeter is a really good idea, just for the simple fact that you're not having to, find places in the middle of your shop. And then more times than none on the perimeter as well, you've got things like right here. I've got the lumber rack above 2 tools. So I've got 3 things just right here. I've got my lumber rack, my planer, and my joiner all right there. And it's out of the way. And so I think you just have to look for places to store things and keep things out of the way, rather than trying to just, I don't know, put everything in the middle, I guess you could say. So anyway, hope that helps. Forstner bits, what used most? All sizes of Forstner bits I use. Depends on what I'm doing. I don't know if that's what you mean, or you can go to Amazon and just search Forstner bits, and probably the Porter cables will come up. That's a good set to start with. Somebody said, "What's my favorite brand of drill press?" Um, that's a good question because I'm using Jason Barlow's right now. Or no, I'm sorry, not drill press, drill bits. What's my favorite brand of drill bits? Um, I don't know. I buy these Cobalt, DeWalt little sets at Lowe's or whatever, and when they break, I just go buy some more. That goes for spade bits, just the regular drill bits. So it just depends on what I'm doing. Uh, yeah, so I don't really have a favorite brand of drill bits. Joel asked, "What happened to I get mail or I get email? Will you and Jay still do that occasionally?" Maybe. Well, that was one of the things where we just kind of batched out several videos at one time, and it was a lot of fun, but it was still a lot of work. I don't think the people who showed up for those interacted, but I guess, um, the amount of content coming in, we answered a lot of questions, and so it was just kind of getting thin as far as questions go. So we may pick back up. Who knows? I'm not sure. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So Jeremy says, "I'm trying to reorganize my shop to fit a second table saw. Got a saw stop and pushed the old saw to the side. Was going to get rid of it, but now I'm thinking keep it for Dale's stuff." I've got a friend of mine that's got a cabinet shop, and he's got his table saw here with, of course, I think at least 36 inches of rip capacity, at least, maybe more than that. And then he's got another table saw on the opposite side feeding back this way, but he's got a dado blade or dado set in that saw. So his saws are kind of sitting like this, and they feed to the middle. So that might be a good setup if you've got the room for it. So they use the same table, kind of like Frank Howard's setup, like what he's got going on. So check him out if you don't know who Frank is. Look him up and look at his shop tour and that kind of thing. Look how he's got his saw set up. That's a really good setup. Let's see. Do you think your Harbor Freight dust collection? Do you like your Harbor Freight dust collection better than the wall mounted dust right? They're about the same. The dust right, all I've got on it is the table saw and the downdraft and the router. That's it, and it works really, really good. And I don't have a ton of pipes going everywhere for that. So with the Harbor Freight, I've got the Win environmental filter on that, but I've got a lot of pipe. So that's one of the things I'm going to be redoing this year at some point is redoing the dust collection. Laundry soap works too. Okay. Let's see. Jim says the modular cabinet looks great. Thanks. I appreciate that. Let's see. Actually, I'm really doing good. Keep. Thanks, Samuel. Appreciate that. Dylan Woodworks. I've been thinking of changing careers. Ever done a video going into detail on your transition? I've been following since you made that change and find it fascinating. Anything you would do different? Um, I did a video on going full time. You can find that when you go to my main channel here. It's the one that plays if you're not subscribed. But that video kind of goes into detail about why I did what I did. But as far as the details on my transition, on how I made decisions and that kind of thing, that's a little bit different video, and that may be kind of personal for some people. There's several things that that I took into consideration with my family and that kind of thing. So that might be different for everybody. The one question that I had to ask myself when I made that transition, when I made that jump, is regret. Am I going to have regrets if I stay here, or am I going to have regrets if I jump here? And at that very moment, I was going to have regrets if I stayed in this position and did not make the jump. But obviously, there are other decisions to be made to make sure that it can be done, especially if you have a family you have to provide for. So. How big is my shop? It's actually 20 by 20, but it's more like 19 by 19. The outside of the concrete pad is 20 by 20. So by the time the walls are there and whatever else, I've lost about 6 inches to a foot all the way around the perimeter. And then I've got this, you can kind of see it right here. This is a 3 by 5 room. That's a bathroom. And I've got a sink right behind it. So that kind of takes up a little bit of space in my shop. So Peter says he's changed his shop 3 times. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. So what's up, Zach? um, so let's see who else. No, man, I'm not going to the show. I was telling Sterling that once I got back from Workbench Con, it's going to be kind of hard for me to get back to Atlanta. I wanted to go, initially, but it's just not going to work out. I know we were talking about some things, but uh, I'm not going to be able to swing it. So I wished I was. All right, so let me look down here and see. Austin says I went full time because he was killing himself doing both woodworking and a full time job. I know the feeling, especially if you're trying to do content creation and you're trying to work at a job somewhere. It just gets very, very tiring, and you throw in a family with that. It's just very taxing. Um, this word gets kind of old, but it's just called hustle. I mean, that's what it is, and it can wear on you. So I completely understand. Completely understand. So yeah, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Uh, Def Lever. I bought the Ryobi Forstner bits at Home Depot for like $20. Good, that's a good price. Oh, let's see who else. I'll post on Instagram and tag you. If I work it out, I'll post. Okay, thanks. Yeah, Jeremy, post it on Instagram, tag me, man. I'd love to see it. So Robert says, do I have a favorite brand of tools? He's hunting for a decent jointer now. I've just got an old Craftsman that I got off of Craigslist. Literally, I didn't pay a dime for this. I traded this 6-inch Craftsman. I traded a set of four ramps. If you don't know, it's just a set of aluminum ramps that you put on the back of a tailgate where you can load a 4-wheeler, and a climbing stand, a hunting stand when I used to hunt a lot. I traded those 2 things for that joiner. Some guy local just didn't do woodworking anymore and said he'd trade. So I just traded. Look on Craigslist. But if I had to go buy one, I've heard some really good things about, and I know Matt Lane's had a little bit of trouble with his, but everybody else that I talked to, especially the one Jay has, he says it's a great jointer. It's an 8-inch with a helical head, carbide blades. So he says it's really, really good. So check that out. That might be something that's worth looking into. I think Grizzly's probably one of the most affordable tools. If I had to look somewhere else besides Grizzly, of course, Powermatic, if you got the money to do it, maybe Jet. I'm not sure. I would probably look at Grizzly first, to be honest. So let's see. Marshall asked, do you have plans on building a new shop in the future? Not anytime soon, but when I do, it's going to be bigger than 20 by 20, and I know it will never be big enough, no matter how big I build a shop. So if I had to do it all over again, and actually my buddy Jason is in that right now. He's building a shop, and actually know another friend of mine, Josh, is fixing to start building. We were just talking about what size, and I think 30 by 40 has come up a couple of times with both of them, and that's a really good size. And if I had to do it all over again, that's probably where I would start if I could afford it. But with this shop, man, I built this with some help here and there, but basically just contracted the whole thing out myself, did a lot of work myself, along with some friends that helped me. And it can be done for like 10 grand, 20 by 20, insulated, finished on the inside, concrete, everything. Just got to be resourceful. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm caught up now. Let's see. It says I have a salt mill in the building, a timber frame barn shop, go big or go home. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, man. Let's see. Austin says not much homeschool where I am, but looking into having a high school or junior high school class come to my shop in the future. Thanks for all you do. Be in touch. Austin, just a little advice if you have not looked into it. If you were having people coming into your class, to your shop to do classes, especially kids, definitely, if and you may have, I'm just throwing this out there because this is what I went through, and it may be different where you live, but I went through getting insurance, and it's just it was really difficult to find the the liability insurance for having kids in your shop, especially if you're going to be teaching them, how to do, woodworking and working with power tools. And I think it's a lot of it's how the policy is written up. But, I would definitely look into some liability insurance if you're going to be having students in your shop. So, and some of the other guys may be, uh, into that kind of thing. So chime in if you are, so we can let Austin know. Let's see. Yeah, and thanks, Austin. I appreciate the gesture on the push stick. I really appreciate that. Yes, people are talking about April shop. Man, that thing is huge. But she is just knocking it out, man. She is really doing a great job. It looks really good. I love how she's splitting the woodworking and the metalworking up. So if you've got the means to do it, by all means, that's a really good way to set up a shop, I think. So Sean with Worth the Effort says, join AAW. They negotiate a group rate for school demo insurance. That's good to know. Yeah, that's really good to know. So check that out if you guys are interested in that. Joe just popped in and said he's new to my channel. Who is the Stones of the Stone and Son? So I'm the Stone portion. I've got 3 boys, 7, 5, and 3. Actually, as a matter of fact, my 7-year-old just did his first video yesterday. We recorded the whole thing. I've got him a YouTube channel set up, and so he made a little um, really simple picture frame, just butt joints and that kind of thing. But so he he had a lot of fun with that, and he's having trouble talking to the camera. He'll look away, and so he's learning, but that's okay. I mean, it's just the fact that he's doing that and doing the things that I'm doing is just kind of cool. So, yeah, I've got 3 boys, and they're the sons portion. Let me back up just a minute. I found something else. Then we'll get into the little giveaway here in a second. I want to give you guys something. Let's see. There was something else I hadn't thought of. Let's see what these. I have vets coming in my shop. Okay, Peter has vets coming in his shop. Good job. Okay. All right. So what I've got today, I want to give away a set of drills, the rigid drills. Now, I contacted Rigid. It's been a while back. They sent me a driver, impact driver, and a just drill. These 2 right here. So they said we could give another set away to somebody. And they're the brushless. And this set has the 4 amp hour batteries on it. So that's what I want to give away. It's got the 2 batteries and the charger and all that. So sometimes $10 house. Cool, man. Yeah. So the way we can do this is I'll just say here in a second, start. I'll tell you to pick a number between 1 and say 500, and the closest one to the number that I pick. I know I'm in the shop by myself, but I'm an honest guy. We will do it legit. Okay. So I'll have the number, and then I'll say stop here in a second, and then whoever gets closest to the number will win. With the last giveaway, and then here's just real quick, I want to just tell you guys something. The last giveaway we had, I got several emails saying, why do we have to sign up for this stuff? Why do we have to give you our email address and all this? And, I'm not doing that, and I'm unsubscribing, and that's fine. I understand that. The deal with, I will, Zach, I'll write the number down with the emails and all, because I know a lot of you guys have questions. That's a direct communication line to you guys for the for information that you want to receive. You are watching woodworking stuff, and if you subscribe to something, then I assume that you want to see more about it. So that's a whole nother story for a whole nother topic, or a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So anyway, we're not going to do that here on this one. We're just going to put out a number, and whoever gets the closest to it, and I'll tell you when to start here in just a second. Um, yeah, I will. I will do that. So let's see. No, you can guess one time. Yeah, okay. Let's just go down the line here, just for a couple of rules here. So, Jamie, I am. I'm talking directly to you. You know it. I am. What's up, John from North Dakota? Glad you're here. Appreciate it. So, okay, so you can only guess one number, and if you have two guesses in there, you're out. Okay, we can't. We gotta be fair because I don't know which one you want to go with. So you can only have one number guessed. Okay, is there a range for the number? Yes, I'm fixing to tell you it's between 1 and 500, and I'll tell you when to go in just a second. Make sure I got all of the questions answered here that's coming in. So you can only guess once. I know it's just one rule. Sorry, sorry, man. Sorry. All right. So anybody got any other questions? All right. And then after this is done, I want to talk to you about something else too. Not yet, Jim. Not yet. Wait a minute. See, you can't use that number because now I'm not going to use that one. I'm waiting on the question. See if anybody's got anything. Okay. All right. So between 1 and 500, and I'm going to type start. Let me get my number. All right. Start. All right. So you guys guess between 1 and 500, and when I type stop, whoever has the closest number wins. I'm going to write it down. Be right back. All right, so I've got the number written down on a piece of paper right here. So as you guys guess, I'm looking through, and also if two people get the same number, whoever got it first is the winner. I knew there was something else I had to cover. So I'm seeing some pretty close ones in here. Really close. Really close. And you cannot go over. It's the closest without going over. I see one in here that's oh, one guy missed it by one. Oh man, this was fun. All right, so right now I see one person. Okay, I'm fixing to do I get a different guess now? Jim, you can guess different than what you had because you started before and I saw the number and I didn't choose that number. So Jim, you get to put another number in there, Jim. All right, so let's see. All right, here we go. I'm fixing to type stop. So you better get your numbers in if you hadn't. All right, that's it. All right, so let's see who won this set. Let's see. All right, the closest one so far without going over. Wait, I'm going to show you my number. Let's see. Hang on one second. Make sure we got everybody in here. Yep. Okay. All right. So here's my number. 254 is the number. 254. So let me see who got this. I saw 251 in here, and you guys help me if you All right, 269. Let's see. 243. Jamie Cunt's got 243. Um, that's pretty close. Steve White, you were 255. You were one over, my man. So Jamie's got it so far. 220, 248. Christopher Money. He almost got it on the money. Let's see. 264 over. All right, so John Augustin is 251. James Berry, you were one or two over. So John Augustin, 251. 256. John's the winner. All right, you guys see any this is for the drills. This is for the rigid drills. Rigid will send these to you directly. They'll be brand new in the box. So that will be an impact driver, a drill, and then two batteries and the charger. So let me make sure, John, you guys help me out if you're still around. To Cole Salmon, that's a good one there, Cole. I'm gonna look through the numbers just real quick. Yeah, Zach, you know you can't go over, man. Come on. Yeah. 251, John. Okay, yeah, John's got it, man. Congratulations, John. Look, John, send me. I'm gonna give you some direct. Let me give you. Uh, okay, so I don't know, John, if you're here, email me at Shawn SHAWN at stoneandsons.net. Email me there and give me your address, name and address, and then I'll relay that to Rigid, and they'll send you a brand new set directly to your house. All right, Robert, we'll see you, man. All right, look, so y'all tell me, anybody who's still watching that, anybody interested in a flat bill hat? Anybody? I can't pull these things off. I've got the one that is a semi-curved bill. But if any of you guys want this, say yes in the comments, and we'll have another little giveaway, and I'll give away one of these to somebody. So this is made by Branded Bills. They're on Instagram. Check them out. They do a lot of stuff. There's some other content creators getting some hats made by them as well. So I'll give one of these away. And here's the trick. Here's the trick. If you win this, I want a picture of you in this hat because I want to put it on my website. I'm just joking. So if you would wear this, say yes in the comments, and we'll have a little giveaway on that. All right, so who's up for it? We got a lot of them. Okay. All right. So email flow to the email. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay, Dave. Let's see. All right, thanks, John. Yeah, email me with your name and address so I can send that over to. By the way, are you in the States or Canada? John, are you in the States or Canada? They said they would send it to the States or Canada, but I'll foot the bill to international if you're not. Okay. Dave, I wouldn't wear a flat bill. I'd have to roll it up, stick it in my. I hear you, Dave. Shawn, you know what? I don't know if the merch side has been that great. I think it's just a way to offer some, you know, some different things for people that enjoy different channels. So it's another way to get your brand out there, your name out there. But as far as, the money wise, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it is support. So any support is support, and I appreciate all support. It all adds up. So all right, John, good. I'm glad you're in the States. They'll send it to you. All right, so let's do the flat bill. Let's do the flat bill hat if you guys want one of those. So all right, so do you guys want to do the same thing? Let me write the new number down. This time we're going to do it. How many's watching? 94, 93. Let's do 1 through 100. Don't go yet. Hang on a second. All right, so I got a new number. I've written it down. We're going to do 1 to 100. There's 90 folks watching, so that ought to be a lot of different numbers in here. So start. Go. 1 through 100. The closest to 100, or close. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 through 100. Closest to the number I chose, without going over, wins, and only guess one time. And I will say, if any of you guys, I used to be back in the day, back in my younger years, I was a BMX rider. So I was BMX biker dude. And this number was my number on the front of my bike. So there's you a hint. So if you know me from way back in the day, you've got an advantage. All right, so let's see. Get your numbers in. I'm fixing to stop it. Fixing to stop it. Fixing to stop it. Let's see. I don't see anybody. Nobody's got it right on the money yet. I don't think. somebody put 12.7. Nice. All right, I'm fixing to stop it. Stop. All right. Ooh, Anna, you just missed it. That's okay. I saw some higher numbers than what you had. My number is higher than 60. I'll give you that. All right, so let me go back and figure out who got it, and you guys help me out. Here's the new number. 96. 96 was the number. So we got Mike McClure, 77. Wood Trucker 1 is 88. 88's the highest so far. 88 going once. 88 going twice. So there's that Cole again. He always. Let's see. The chat jumped around, so I lost my place. Is 88 the highest one, guys? I think so. All right, so Wood Trucker 1, you win the flat bill hat. If you guys see a discrepancy, let me know. I think that is, yeah, as far as I can tell, that is it. Awesome. Okay, 88 wins. All right, so yeah, cool. Wood Trucker 1. Email me at Shawn, SHAWN, at stoneandsons.net with your name and address, and I'll get it out to you. So yeah, so look, I want to do some more of these. So there's some other things that I want to give away, not tonight, but I want to tell you guys what they are, so you can kind of be looking forward to it if you're interested. So the other day on my second channel, I mentioned about my old vest. Now I know it's dusty, and I was like, "Did somebody really want this?" I've been wearing it in the shop. I got a new one right there, so I don't have any use for this one. I don't want to just throw it in a closet or throw it away or anything. So if somebody can use this, I would love. I'll vacuum it up and clean it up a little bit or whatever. But I would love if somebody would use it and you guys want it, we'll have another giveaway maybe next week, a couple of weeks. So that vest will be something that we're going to give away. And I mentioned this before. A set of IsoTunes earbuds. Been talking to them and told them I'd like to give a set away to you guys, and they said sure. So we'll be giving a pair of those away. Rockler, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I have been talking to them about doing something. And they said they would probably work and do something. So I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that'll be something that we can give away as well. Sean, my kids have them, so they've got their own vest. They're small. They're a smaller version. These are the small little kids version. They look just like mine. They're not the mesh. They don't have the mesh in it, but these are the kids ones. Pretty cool. So I've got 3 of those hanging up right here. But yeah, they're just a little. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, you're right. Let's give away a soft stop, but I wish we could. So those little vests came from Atlas 46. I think you can find a link to that down in the description of this video. Yeah, there's an Atlas link down in the description of this video where you guys can find those kids vests, and you can find the ones that I use. So yeah. So anybody got any more questions before we get off of here? I'd love to talk some more. If you've got any other woodworking questions or business questions as far as content creation, whatever, I'm good for a little bit longer. If you guys have any other questions. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Big Al. Yeah, we were in Birmingham at City Hardwoods. We want to do another meetup, so that would be awesome. If any of you guys would come to Birmingham for a meetup, let me know, because I know they want to get more involved with some more meetups, and so I would definitely pass along that information if you guys want to do that. Let's see. He has to clean the wood dust on so he can get it. Let's see these. Yeah, so Birmingham is about, I don't know, maybe hour and 45 minutes from here. So, oh, Big Al, you're the guy with the new 34 garage. Okay, I got you. All right, cool. Or Memphis. Yeah, Douglas, I've been meaning to get up with you about doing something up there. I was just I don't know what it was. At Workbench Con, I had dinner with Craig with Lincoln. I know who I'm talking about. He was sitting right here beside me, and he and I and Paul were talking about getting together, maybe doing something. And I mentioned you said I would love to get Doug to teach me how to weld, because I don't know how to weld. So if that interests you, hit me up and I'll come up there and do a collab or something. Yeah. Gary, man, I wished I was going too. I cannot make it, but there would definitely be some more meetups and stuff going on. So definitely looking forward to seeing you again. I'm not sure, Cole, how much the kids' vests were. I don't know right off. I have to go back and look. I don't know off the top of my head. So, yeah, Big Al, I know what you meant. 34 by 34. Can you actually weld, Sean? No, I don't weld at all. I've only welded like one time. I've got one video on my channel doing a metal bed. Me and a buddy of mine that does know how to weld, we cut up this metal bed into like 16, 20 pieces or something like that. Have a Delta pencil. Grizzly would be a step up from a Delta, I would think, depending on how big the Delta is. Anna was asking, like, she put the question in there like 4 or 5 times. So yeah, I think the Grizzly would definitely be a step up. Cool, Douglas. Yeah, man. Hit me up if you want to work something out. We'll get together and do something. I would love to learn how to weld. Um, and I mean, who better to learn from than Retro Weld? So, okay, Joe says the kids vest are $49. Um, okay, thank you for looking that up. I appreciate that. So, but anyway, there's a video on my channel, and it's like turning a bed frame into a bench. And this was a friend of ours. His mother had passed away and left this bed to her, and she wanted to turn into a bench. And the only way we could do it was to cut this thing up in like 16 pieces and weld everything back together. It was just extremely nerve wracking, especially what it meant to this person. And so, anyway, go check that video out. That was the only time I've ever welded. And my buddy Brandon taught me how one time, but I don't know. I couldn't even tell you if it was a MIG, TIG, what. I don't know. So, yeah, I know. I saw that, Greg, about the Lincoln, and I'm my interest is kind of getting piqued, especially if Doug wants to do something. Then I would love to definitely learn how to weld, because I could definitely do some things outside of my comfort zone, and I'm all about growing my skills and all that stuff. Chris, yes, email me. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, definitely be interested. I think that might be something, something that we could work out with the patches or whatever. Start doing that. I've got, if you guys, I'm not asking you to send me anything, but if you want to send a patch, I know several of you guys are saying that you want to. My address is at the bottom of my website, so if that's all you're looking for. But yeah, email me if you want to. Yeah, it'd be cool. Um, Flux core weld. See, I don't know anything about welders, man, but I would love to learn how to do it. When is the next meetup at City Hardwoods? Is Jay coming too? If we had whenever we schedule another meetup at City Hardwoods, I'm pretty sure Jay would be coming. Jason Barlow likes to come as well sometimes. So I know us three, and then maybe Wayne from Jackson. I'm not real sure. But there will definitely be some more meetups at City Hardwoods. I'm almost certain. So, Chance, you're asking how to possibly make a video on how to use a Craig jig. They're very easy if you're serious about knowing, but there are a ton of videos out there, but there's nothing to it. But yeah, just search on YouTube how to use a Craig jig. Yeah, kind of. Let's see, 120 welder. Yeah, I think you can get a pretty good deal on some of those. So anyway, what's your favorite wood to work with? Cherry. Cherry is my favorite. It's easy to plane. It's easy to work with. It's very satisfying as far as cutting it or whatever. I love cherry. So, all right, guys. So, what's up, TJ? What's going on, man? All right, that is it, guys. So I'll definitely put out a schedule next time, like I did this one when I decided to go live again and give away this other stuff. If you are the winners of the things that we gave away tonight, definitely email me your name and address, because I need that to get your stuff out to you. No, we're not going to redo that vanity that we started on. That was my mistake, but I'm just going to do a whole different thing. So yeah. All right, Doug, we'll see you, man. I'm going to jump off of here, and be sure to keep up with the channel so you'll know when we go live again. You don't want to miss these other giveaways. Hopefully there'll be some other things rolling in, and we can just start doing this for you guys, because you are the community, and the community is what keeps us going. So anyway, at Stone Boys. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my boys' YouTube channel doing this. Or not YouTube channel, but the sign in. All right, guys. We'll see you. Talk to you later.